Everyone. It's certainly been a long time since I played this game, and honestly, it's the strangest thing. It's actually my top most my video I've ever done. So you can see I've got 563 views, only 2 likes, well, whatever. But this was 2 years ago. It's almost 3. It's 2017. Goodness gracious, people. Why do you like my Bejeweled so much? And I was sick too. And I'm sick today. I feel awful. Which is why it made me think I should play Bejeweled. I'm gonna regret this. My eyes are already watering. I feel terrible. What should I talk about? I actually bought Bandicam. So, don't see that thing. Hold on. That felt good. So, what to say. Still a casual gamer, as I like to call myself. At the same time, I wanted to do stuff like art, and I think I'm actually kind of starting to do that now. Got a drawing pad and whatnot. Got an Xbox, got Destiny. Super psyched about that. It sucks. Don't do it. Wait for Destiny 2 or whatever comes out. The next big hit as it goes. You know, I've had this problem where I really like something and I've really been looking forward to it. And, you know, actually like the first game that I actually was like looking forward to that I didn't have that I really wanted to get was, guess what? Portal. Hey, turned out to be a really awesome, great game. Super stoked. Really liked it. Next game I wanted to do was Transistor. So I played that. That was awesome. Still need to do that. Apologies. But I haven't really had too big of an issue with having a game that I thought I would like and then having it like not turn out. There was this one game. It's called like Star Wars Bounty Hunter, and it's all about Jango Fett going on bounties or whatever. Super awesome game. Really great storyline. The level set out everywhere. The only problem with it was that in order to change weapons, you had to press and hold a button, and then hold left and right, and you toggle through this menu. So it just made capturing bounties impossible because you had to bring up your helmet to tag people while looking at them. So they're probably running at you or running away from you. Then you have to pull out your zip wire or whatever to trip them up, and then you have to go and grab them. Meanwhile, a bunch of other stuff is happening. So that was a really big issue with the game, but it was brutal. It was for PlayStation, so was really looking to Destiny. Destiny looked awesome, and actually when I started playing it, it was awesome. It was great. And again, the only problem with it is that once you get to a certain level, there's just nothing to do. You get to this point in the game where you are max level, and the only thing to do is to keep beating bosses over and over and over and over and over again to try and get that slim chance of getting a really cool item. And what do you do once you get that really cool item? Well, you can beat harder enemies, I guess. I don't know. It's just one of those things that just really turned me off of the game, because I played it for like days on end, and then it just got to this point where, well, I can't really do anything now. So I just didn't really understand. Also, I had to spend lots of money on this, because what I did was I didn't own an Xbox or anything. So like the first time in years, I decided to buy a game station. So I bought the Xbox One. I bought the Xbox One S, just cause. And then I had Destiny: The Taken King, and so I started playing that, and then it got to the point where I couldn't access levels anymore. Well, guess what? I guess I needed to buy Xbox Live. And it gave me a special deal if I got gold, and I bought it for 12 months. I'm like, alright, whatever. It'll be a cool game, I'll play it a lot. And I paid so much money. And then it's like, actually, no, you need the extra. It's what? I don't even know what it is, but it's like Destiny, and then it's like Destiny something, and then it's Destiny Taken King, and then it's Destiny Rise of Iron. So it made me buy Rise of Iron. I'm like, alright, I'll just buy that. Turns out it made me buy the entire pack again. So I didn't even need to own Destiny: The Taken King to buy what I bought. It just made me buy Destiny the pack, and Destiny: The Taken King, and Destiny Rise of Iron all over again. So technically I should own 2 copies, but you know how that works. It's just one of those things where they're just trying to get money, and it's upsetting, to say the least. But actually, what's upsetting, to say the least, is that this video, Bejeweled, is the most popular video that I have. And the other thing being that whenever you search me, all you find is videos of Aspen. You don't even get my videos. So that's upsetting. Because I put out more videos than her, I do it more often, do it better quality, like visually, except for this. This is going to come across just badly because it's just small. And I had that problem when I was trying to do games on my GameCube and PlayStation. It just didn't come across very well, so I probably just got to get a better capture thing. That won't be a problem. So yeah, we went full circle. I don't know why I'm playing this right now. I just thought it'd be kind of funny since I'm sick and I'm playing this game. Because I was sick the first time I was playing it, and I just tried to hide it for a while. Because I was like laying in bed and I was thinking about stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta make an announcement. So here I am making an announcement. And it's kind of interesting because I kind of switched to doing announcements in live streams. But I don't plan live streams, so that's a problem. I mean, sometimes I'll just like realize that I'll have free time, so I'll put it up like, okay, I'm gonna do a live stream in 2 or 3 hours, and you know, nobody joins. But hold on, just got a roll of toilet paper here. It's only coming out the left side of my nose. It just completely blocks off all my hair. Also, drink lots of water. It's the best advice anyone can give you. Water is so healthy for you because it just rinses your system. So drink lots of water. Also, dehydration is just like one of the things that really makes you sick. Life tips. Not much else to say, per se. mean, there must be moves somewhere, and I only need one more move. Maybe a few. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. That was dangerous. Yeah, this game is really cool. It used to be my favorite game for the longest time. And it really is a good game. I really like to play it. But if I really had to say what my favorite game would be, well, we've got Overwatch right now, right? Because that's like the next biggest thing. And that's why I was actually hesitant to play Overwatch, because of like my whole system with whenever a new game comes out, it's like the next biggest thing, and people over talk it up. You know what I'm talking about? You just say it's the best thing ever. But then I really actually looked into Overwatch, and I figured it was worth the shot, and it was really good. And it's one of those games that's like League of Legends or whatever, where they're always looking at it. They've made it very fair, and they're always looking at the characters and how best to tweak them, and not necessarily fix bugs, but actually just keep it very well balanced. Also, it's got a interesting story, so it's fun to pay attention to and learn lore and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I don't really get into the competitive nature of things. Like I said, I'm a casual gamer. But at the same time, I don't think Overwatch is going to be my call to fame, so to speak. Just because I don't think I'm that experienced, or what am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that I don't think I'm not like, oh shoot, that's not what I meant to do. It's just I'm not like Zilbrad or whatever, that like I can just like be awesome at most any character. I wanted to be Mercy main, but Pharah is just calls to me, because I'm just I'm tactical, but I'm aggressive, and that's why I thought I liked D, because you can get in, do damage, get out. But she's just too big, too awkward. Tracer is just too fast and squishy. So Pharah is just really able to change the battleground, because she's the only flying character. So nobody can really like. She's just like on a completely different field. I mean, I like Ana and whatnot. So that's just, I don't know why. But at the same time, I don't think I'm probably the best Pharah out there. I mean, whenever someone plays Pharah, I always judge them. Same thing with Mercy. If someone's gonna play Mercy, I'm like, alright, you better do a good job. And if they don't, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna be Mercy now. Get off Mercy. So in that sense, I'm probably, I don't know, I'm a bad person, I guess, for trying to do one-up people. But I'm really just trying to make people aware. It's like, you are the healer. You gotta make sure that you're healing, and if you're not, well then get off that person because you're helping them. And I mean, I'm only like this in like quick play or whatever, or comp. But if it's like arcade, then it's just messing with it. So I don't do that. Because I don't get competitive. I don't get aggressive. I always try to do my best and make sure that if my team needs me, that I'm helping out, and I can get upset and I can get hurt because my friends aren't helping me, but I'm not, I don't need to win. I just want to be able to work together, if that makes sense. oddly enough, if I want to relax and just like calmly play or whatever, Genji. I go to Genji. Freaking most spastic character. Actually, Tracer probably needs more attention over here. But I mean, like, honestly, why is Genji so relaxing to play? I don't understand. It just makes no sense. But, yeah, I honestly never thought I would be able to play, like, a sniper, like Widowmaker Ana, or be able to move the way that Tracer and Genji need to be moved around. Like, there's just so much attention there that needs to be done. I didn't think I'd be able to do that, but it actually kind of worked. I don't know. It didn't come naturally, of course. I just had to really like learn it. Which is going back to why I don't think I'm going to be as good as Zobrat or ever and make that my calling. What I want to do to make a living on YouTube, so to speak, is to make stories. Hold on again. Got more sickness than you thought, huh? At least I'm not coughing. My throat is pretty weird though. I definitely could not do any reading today. Reading just really takes it out of me. That's why I'm not doing so much of it. It's better if I sit down and kind of do it all at once than trying to set it up every single day, which is why I've kind of been switching to doing it in groups. Sorry if that's messing up you guys, but actually if it is, let me know. I'll see what I can do. Honestly, the simple fix is to record them all ahead of time and then just release them on the day of. You know, I'm lazy. Going back to Overwatch and how I don't think that's going to be my call to fame. I want to do art, I want to do music. I'm just not that talented, and I just need to keep learning skills. So it's taken me a while. I mean, honestly, what I should do is like start streaming on Twitch or something and putting ads in my videos to try and get as much money as possible, but at the same time, I feel like that's going to make me lose viewers just because I don't have good enough content yet. So the few people that are here are probably going to leave. Plus, I'm not struggling so bad that I need money. I mean, obviously I have another job. I just really like to be able to make good content before I started taxing the people that have been with me for this whole ride, if that makes sense. So that's why I don't have any ads in my videos, as of yet at least. I don't know. I really need to play Transistor though, because I would say that Transistor is my favorite game, just because of how well it's not only portrayed, but how well it's done. I mean, there's two ways to rate things. There's a way to like say that something is good because someone put a lot of time into it, a lot of effort into it, and I judge things based upon how much passion went into it. Like, I look at The Living Tombstone, and I just do not like his work because it's just too simple. It follows a sort of plan and it's just to make money, which is what Game Grumps is doing now. They're not hanging out on a couch doing stupid stuff, being friends. They're actually trying to follow a system in order to make a product on time, and it's just not interesting to watch anymore. At the same time, I don't like Living Tombstone because he's just making a product. I like people like Tryhard Ninja. Tryhard Ninja, I know his story. He was there when YouTube started, just making videos, Minecraft videos, parodies. Parodies was where it was at. And then YouTube changed. They said, you can't do that anymore. So he said, alright, I'm gonna make my own music. He didn't give up. He made his own music. He actually tries, and his music is good. I listen to whatever it's called, Revenge, which is parody of DJ Glass Falling in Love Again by Usher, and I did not think he could sing. I mean, it was the first time that I saw their animation in the video, so I thought that was cool, but I did not think he could sing. Like, when he said, "'Cause baby tonight," DJ the Creeper is gonna steal our stuff again. I just didn't think he was able to sing. I just didn't understand his voice. And looking back on it now, I like watch the video again. I'm like, no, he can actually sing. He actually knows how to hit the lyrics. And it's because I look at music differently. I don't understand lyrics. Like, I can't hear ranges or whatever. Just because my brain doesn't comprehend stuff like that. What I hear is like sounds and notes and repetition. So, like, dynamics make more sense to me than actual notes and lyrics, like sounds or whatever. And I'll probably do another video, one where my voice is actually working. What am I trying to say here? I really like Tryhard Ninja's work, because there's actual passion in there, where he's really trying to make a product and he enjoys it and he does really well at it. I don't like Living Tombstone. Mostly, the most thing that I hate about Living Tombstone is that he makes half rhymes. Like, what's the, like, No Mercy? Like, you should have picked Mercy. You should have picked any kind of support. I don't know. I don't know the lyrics. But it's just one of those songs that it's catchy, gets stuck in your head, but it's not actually a good song because it's not written well and it just doesn't have any sort of meaning behind it. And that's how most music is nowadays, unfortunately. They just kind of make something catchy, so people will listen to it and get it stuck in their heads, so they'll be thinking about it and then they'll buy it, and then this, that, and the other thing. It's just so annoying what this world has come to. But, hold on. Transistor is my favorite game because it has a great story, it has a great play style, it's almost turn-based, it's actually got a really cool mechanic in the game, and it's called turn, where you pause time and then you can set up moves, and then you let it go and then it does a bunch of stuff. But there's mistakes here and there that you gotta account for and think about, so it's really interesting. So the playstyle is really good. Also, it's top down, which I really hate. And I've got some videos of Hero of the Storm that really need to get out, because it was for the Overwatch event, which we've got a new Overwatch event coming out, the anniversary. Super psyched for that. I'm going onto so many tangents, but at least I'm coming back. Transistor is a really good game. I really liked it. Good story. The only problem with it is that, and this is how it is for most things that I like, is that you really have to just sit down and pay attention. Like, I get so sick of people that they're like, hey, recommend me something. I'm like, alright, this is one of my very favorite things. I'm like, okay. And then I talk to them, maybe not the next day, maybe a week later or something, and I said, so how's it been going? And they're like, oh, I watched one episode and then I got into this other thing, but don't worry, I'm going to go back to it. And I really hate this, is that people that don't just do something and stick to it, they want to do a whole bunch of other different things. Like, when you start a story, you need to just finish that story. It's so aggravating when people, because you're detracting from the story, you're not letting it be what it truly is, or what it could be, if you know what I mean. Like, people that read 5 books at the same time, how can you do that? I'm not talking about you need to sit down with that book and read it start to finish, but I don't understand how people can read so many different stories at the same time. I mean, personally, I would get lost, but honestly, it really does detract from it, and it upsets me. Transistor is one of those games you really have to pay attention and just sit back and enjoy it. I beat it in 2 days, but that was back when I was in high school. So, and I did it on my laptop too. No, it couldn't have been. It was on this computer. Yeah, it was. It was like one of the first games that I ever bought. Right, because I bought Portal and I bought this game because it was one of those games that I was really looking forward to. It was one of those games like Portal where I thought, oh, this is going to be a really cool game and I'm going to like it. And I did. And so far that's been true for every single game except for Destiny. But there was an unforeseen flaw in Destiny that I never could have foreseen, which is that they ended it. They didn't keep adding stuff to Destiny. They're making a Destiny 2. And I honestly don't understand what marketing ploy that is, just because if you've got one thing and people will keep buying updates for it, then just stick with that. I mean, obviously they figured that out with Windows, so why are they trying to make a new Destiny? It just doesn't make any sense. I mean, I get it when GTA comes up with a new thing, because it just is different. But, I mean, there's so much that you can still do in GTA and they come up with DLC and this, that, and the other thing. I should get GTA. It sounds pretty interesting. I wanted to give Saints Row a try first just because it had superpowers and it seemed more interesting. But there's lots of mini games you can play in GTA, so that would be interesting. Also, I'd like to do a thing where I have limited number of lives or whatever or something, or I actually try to go through the world without ever dying once. I mean, unless I'm just messing around with friends or whatever, like doing the story missions. and I cannot die once, like it's a Minecraft hardcore or something. That'd be interesting. Transistor is my favorite game. And there's not a lot of replayability factor, but it really did end very good, and I really liked it. I recommended someone watch Red vs. Blue, and I told them exactly what I'm going to tell you now. The first 3 seasons are utter garbage. There's nothing happening. Once you get to the 4th, 5th, maybe 6th season, there's actually stuff that is sort of interesting. Stuff's actually happening. People are talking this, that, and the other thing. Season 7, stuff actually starts happening. Stuff gets interesting. There's actual plot now that's interesting. I mean, there was plot in maybe the 5th and 6th one. 7 is where it ties together. You actually start to make sense with it. It becomes interesting. It becomes a real show. And I know you're thinking like, oh, well, then what's the point of watching it if you have to wait for the build-up? You don't. You don't. You could skip directly to Season 7 and you wouldn't lose anything. I mean, it would make a lot more sense. Like, you could recall past events and you could be like, oh, so that's what that was. Oh, that's really interesting. So Season 6 is when it actually starts to get interesting. 7 is when it starts to go down and stuff starts happening. 8 is when shit hits the fan, so to speak. 9 is when I first learned about it. I learned about Red vs. Blue and everything with Season 9. It had just came out and I saw this ad or whatever, and I knew that I had to watch it because it was just amazing. Yet again, another one of those things that I knew I had to be into. Like Portal and Transistor, I learned about it and I knew that it was something that I was going to like and enjoy, and I absolutely did. And then it ends perfectly on Season 10. I have not gone past Season 10. I believe it's Season 10. Hold on. Yeah. Season 10 is when it all goes down, and it ends perfectly with the final episode. And it was the perfect way to end it. It honestly, truly was. And they're still making episodes and seasons. I believe there's 15 seasons so far, and they're just still going. And honestly, I'm gonna watch it. I haven't got to it yet. It just, every single time I watch it and I like rewatch it, and then I get to Season 10, I'm like, that's just the perfect way to end it. And I don't ever make it to Season 11, Episode 1. I just haven't. I'm like, that's just perfect. It's perfect. So honestly, if you really want to watch something interesting, really inspires me, if you want to kind of get to know what I want to do and where my plan is going, go watch Red vs. Blue. I want to work for Rooster Teeth. I wanted to work for LucasArts because it was like important to my dad, and I mean, it was Star Wars, but I mean, if you look at it now, Lucasfilms, well, first of all, Disney owns Star Wars now, so that's yeah, that's disappointing. But honestly, it was the best thing for Disney because, well, Disney lost Walt Disney. the mastermind behind everything. So gaining George Lucas to really help keep them going on the board was a very smart move. Like how what's his face? Weird Al Yankovic. He joined College Humor on YouTube. Right? That's a smart move on their part. Because Weird Al's just gonna do his thing. But I mean, I was never afraid of Rooster Teeth, like the way people get about Machinima. And honestly, I don't know if Machinima's even still going, but they screwed up so many YouTubers. So many YouTubers. If you don't know what Machinima was, it's this channel, and there are people that still do channels like this where they get the content of other YouTubers and they post it on their channel because they've got a bigger scope or whatever. So what happens is that it's supposed to be like a sponsor. Like, you get your video to be posted onto Machinima's channel, and then lots more people see it, and then they're supposed to go check out your channel, right? Wrong. Machinima takes all the content and like basically robs you of your wife and children, so you don't own anything anymore, and they get all the content, and nobody ever goes to see your channel. People do that still, and I just hate it so much. I mean, I adore YouTube. It is my childhood, honestly. That's why I'm doing this for the most part, because I really want to do YouTube. Not because it's easy, not because it's something that necessarily I want to do, but I feel like it's something that I should do. And I've said this before. I need to repay back YouTube because it did so much for me. Just like when people put music on YouTube and you can free download it. If you really like that artist, why are you stealing music from them? You should be donating to them by paying for that music, rightfully. Plus, it's illegal, so. But I mean, at the same time, YouTube has lots of free liberties where you can post music, and as long as you're not monetizing it, you're not taking, if you're non-monetized, you are not making profit off of something that doesn't belong to you. So I can play whatever music I want as long as it's not monetized. But if I monetize it, that's me trying to make profit off of that video. And if that video has someone else's music in it, well then, in a sense, I could be making profit off that person's music. And that is not right. So what happens is that they notify the person who makes that music, and like, hey, this person's making money off of your music. Do you want to put ads on their channel because they're probably a really good YouTuber and they're going to find out about your music, so it's a good win for you? Or you can just completely shut down that video and not allow them to have anything if they're a poor YouTuber, like me. So if I ever monetized a video with music, I would probably just be shut down. I was going to say something else. Shoot. I really forgot what I was going to say. Making content on YouTube. I really want to make my own stuff and post it to YouTube so I can inspire a new generation, so to speak. I just feel like that's something. Shoot. Let's see. Oh wow, that was the last time that I played, September 12th. It is May. 17th, 2017. All-time high score. Wow, I got really far. I almost made it to level 8. Or no, I'm on level 8. I can't remember what I was trying to say, but I really want to remember what it was. I'm going to keep going for just a little longer. So I was talking about creating content. Transistor is my favorite game. I have no idea where I was going to go next. Stealing content, making profit off of other people. Oh, I was gonna say, I was gonna relate back to when I first joined YouTube, and I watched YouTubers. I mean, that's when Minecraft came out, is when I joined YouTube, or joined the YouTube community, starting to watch YouTube. So I watched a lot of Tryhard Ninja and Captain Sparkles doing stuff. But my first YouTuber that I watched was Tobuscus, and I don't like Tobuscus because he did this thing that another one of my YouTubers that I watched was well, hold on, let me just go through this real quick. I watched Tobuscus, and then I got into other Minecrafters, and then I got into PewDiePie, and then I got into Captain Sparkles, and then I got into Cryotic. So I just kind of realized that, this isn't the only thing out there. There are other people that do similar stuff. I'm not stuck with just trying to deal with this. And so I found CNANs, and I found Vanoss, and then I found Lieutenant Eddie. Eddie! My man! Come on! I'm super jealous. Because he started by doing Game Grumps animations, and then he started doing other videos, and he has just sprouted. So Lieutenant Eddie's probably my favorite YouTuber right now. Don't watch Game Grumps very much anymore, unfortunately. I like to watch the old stuff. Captain Sparkles is not really making interesting content. I mean, the thing that he's doing now is going onto Reddit and looking at GIFs, and that's interesting. It's nice to just kind of hang out and do stuff with him. I don't know. I didn't really like his super modded survival though. I've always wanted to do a really long, in-depth Minecraft survival, just kind of building whole worlds like you would do in creative mode, but gathering all the resources in survival mode. But going back to favorite YouTubers and stuff, Tobuscus, he has a problem with me, and I have a problem with people like Markiplier too, and PewDiePie, because they just scream and they yell, and that's interesting and funny. They make jokes, and it's disgusting, and people laugh, and I don't understand. I feel like we could be much better, that we can actually make jokes and laugh and be friends and do cool stuff, like Game Grumps used to be. We don't have to resort to making poop jokes like Beavis and Butthead. I just feel like, I mean, Markiplier is cool because he's silly and wacky and weird, and then when he plays with Wade and whatnot, he just looks absolutely crazy, and you're like, oh wow, he is just bizarre, isn't he? And I mean, he's still a cool guy. He's super nice and whatnot. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that there are different people that do similar things that personally I think do better because they are not as stupid. I don't know. But going back to content, goodness, getting way off track again. Tobuscus made a video talking about the death of this very famous actor or something, and he was talking to the audience, and he was crying, and he was super sad and everything. Gosh dang it. But then he published that video, he monetized it, and that is in essence making money off of the death of another person, and that is just not okay. Gosh dang it, I feel terrible. This is important. That's why I don't like comedians that make insults and just put down other people. They talk about how stupid other races are. I like comedians that tell stories, wacky stories, just be silly, to make the audience laugh because they themselves are funny. You are laughing with them, you are having a good time because they are messing around, and you get to enjoy their company and their presence, and it's just joyous because they are doing something themselves. You are laughing at them. You are laughing with them. Comedians like Brian Regan and shoot, what's his name? Brad Stein. They just relate to things. And I mean, Brian Regan just tells funny stories. Brad Stein also tells stories, and in a way, he is relating to other people and saying that they are not as good, or they are better, or this, that, and the other thing. But he does it in a way, and he says that he's not making fun of anyone because, or he's not putting down anyone because simply making fun of someone or something else is making fun of their differences and laughing about it. Not saying that it is a wrongful thing and putting them down, but if you make fun of everyone, you're really not making fun of anyone. And I mean, just look at Italia. Italia should have been sued by every single country, but they didn't. Do you know why? Because they make fun of every single country. So, if you're making fun of everyone, you're not making fun of anyone. You are equally just playing. Just playing. And it's nice. And I'm just tired of people that are just doing stuff just to make money. I'm not doing this just to make money. I want to do this because this is interesting, this is cool, this is a way to reach out to other people. I just don't have the skills yet. I have a great group of friends. I met them on Overwatch, and it's so cool. These people are the absolute best. They've really helped me make good content again, because I realized that I was not funny alone. So I tried doing more content with Michael and Aspen and James, but they aren't as serious about YouTube as I am. And I just can't play with them as much because they just don't have as much free time. And that's fine, but these people are just really great, and I can do so much with them, and they take care of me, and they're absolutely wonderful people. I mean, it really is like I am Zilbrad or whatever, because I've got all these characters that just want to laugh and have fun and hang out and do fun stuff. It's a gift, and I'm so thankful for these people. Honestly, it just means so much to me. I'm not gonna cry or anything. I think something that would be cool is to kind of start not doing announcements, so to say, but kind of sharing my story and kind of discussing things. Because that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to play games. I didn't think I would be interesting enough. I wanted to do sort of reviews, but at the same time, who's going to appreciate my opinion? Because I don't have what it takes to properly word my opinion in a way that makes sense to thousands of people and make it interesting to watch. I mean, if you look at Secretitis, that's what I wanted to do, but I'm just not that talented. And because you want to give a fair assessment, but at the same time you've got to make it interesting, you've got to attract people's attention and have fun. So there's the rub. I feel absolutely terrible. I don't know why I'm doing this. I've been doing this for an hour. Just stop playing, but there's just like so many things that I want to say, so many things that I need to say, and I just can't say them all at once. I can't ever say enough, because things are important to me, and it's not like people get to me. Like, someone was trying to tell me, oh, well, then you just shouldn't listen to anybody. I'm like, nobody. I should listen to nobody. I shouldn't care what anybody thinks. And they said, yeah, if that is detrimental to you. And I said, no. I actually care about people. I care about what people think. Not because I need that satisfaction. I don't need public assertion to make myself feel better. I just think that you should acknowledge differences between what people think, and an argument doesn't have to be a contest to determine who's right and who's wrong. An argument can just be two differing sides sharing opinions. There isn't a need for a winner as long as you understand that you are both different and you can respect that, and you just want to learn more, understand the varying opinions and viewpoints of other people, and you respect each other. I'm so tired of people that don't like arguing. I love arguing. Arguing is the greatest thing in the world because you learn great things and you can understand so much. And people are like, you must not be thinking of arguing. I'm like, no, arguments are great. It's when you have the need for a winner and you just bicker and you pull each other down. It's not what an argument used to be. An argument just used to be a presentation of a viewpoint of a side. I'm gonna lose again. This music is so cool. I should play Max. Max is a really cool game, and it's a top-down game too. It's kind of like Battle Mass, which I tried to play. I played for an hour as well, I think. And I think it's so cool that I can do hour-long videos now. I used to only be able to do 15 minutes. Actually, I think one of the really cool things, gosh dang it, I can do is be one of those YouTube admins or whatever that just looks at YouTube videos and make sure that they're alright or whatever. And I guess they got computers for that or whatever. Not that I'm saying, because there's like people that I just want to play video games for a living. And I'm not trying to say I just want to watch video games for a living. Down here. Because I'm no leader. I don't lead any companies or groups. I am the tactician, not even the idea guy, because I cannot come up with anything. The only reason why it seems that I'm so led towards making decisions is that I understand things. I like to think about things so much, and if there's something that I'm passionate about or I seem to understand, it's because I do. I learned about it. I know what I'm talking about because I just understand it and I know what's going on. At the same time, I was saying I'm not a leader. I don't come up with things. I'm not creative. I'm really good at altering things, fixing things, editing them, to making them better than what they were. That's why when I draw, usually I just take another picture and I just color it or whatever. That's just how my brain works more than anything. So that's me and how I work. But at the same time, I don't want to just like steal content, you know. So I try to alter it so much that it is my own work again. That's how I first started writing, is that I basically took the characters of something else and then I just put them through the gauntlet and made a different story. And then since they were different names, I'm like, okay, well, what if this character is a little bit different? And they just kept changing and changing until they became different characters. And then I realized the best way to make stories is to make characters. You make a character like whenever you play an RPG, a role-playing game, like Dungeons and Dragons. You make a character and you determine what their strategy is, what their stats are, what their personality is like, and then you just run them through the gauntlet. You give them tasks, and you see how they interact with it. And maybe the story will change depending on how they interact with it. It's just really interesting to watch a story unfold, because I don't even feel like I'm the creator or whatever. Like, I'm just there enjoying the show. I don't even know where I'm going anymore, if anything. I want to do YouTube and stuff and help people out. I don't understand why this is my top viewed game. It must be something in the search engine or whatever. But maybe if people start watching this video, they'll actually be interested in kind of what I do. Because like I said, I want to do music. I want to do art. I want to do everything. Because I'm writing this story that I really want to publish, but I don't want to make it a book and then have someone turn it into a video, or vice versa. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna animate it. I'm gonna release it on my channel, and then that'll get more people interested, and then maybe we'll do more stuff. Maybe I'll be the next Rooster Teeth or something. Or maybe I'll go to work for Rooster Teeth and they'll animate it. I don't know. I'd be up for doing voice acting. That sounds pretty cool. Maybe grab voice actors from my friends that I'm doing videos with. Just animate it. There are lots of artists in here. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I think that was all I really wanted to say. I mean, obviously I've said more than I thought I was going to. I was feeling good to play games, but now I just feel awful again. I think I'm done. I'm done. And, if you want me to do stuff, if you want to do stuff with me, contact me. I mean, I've got my Discord up now too, so you can message me there, but I've only had a couple people, like, talk to me in videos, and then they never get back to me. Like, there was one guy that said, I liked your this game. And I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And like, you should join this thing or that thing or whatever. I'm like, okay, and so I did, and then I never heard anything from them. They said, we should play together, and I'm like, alright, how do you want to hook up? And then there was never any closure to how to hook up. Because I am down to play games with people. Not that I am desperate, but I'm more than willing. I mean, stream broadcasts are open, so you can watch me anytime that I play a video game. Yeah, all that good stuff. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go lay back down. See ya. Yeah, that's it. And I guess with that, this is Pakamarari signing off.